Let's set the record straight. Dying Light 2 is not in development hell. Despite what you hear, things are all going smoothly. And let me tell you why. If you are active in the Dying Light community, most of us would know this. I want to speak out to those who are unfamiliar with the current status of the game and maybe who think that the game's cancelled or it's in development hell. Even the community manager has straight up said, we are not in development hell. Other tweets and replies from the developers do show that they are taking their time with the game to ensure a high quality experience. What is occurring with Dying Light 2 is that if you aren't actively involved in the community, you will be less aware surrounding the current status of the game and its development. When there's new information, good or bad, many result to just trashing the game without learning the full story behind that particular news. From there, the dominoes start to fall. And because of this, a lot of misinformation is coming out surrounding the game. It's starting to spiral out of control. Some examples that we've seen in the past is false release dates, claiming it's going to be on platforms that it's not going to be. Some video examples that I've seen on YouTube are saying that the game is flat out in development hell. Another one that I have seen is people go as far as actively manipulating with old footage and passing it off as new. There's a lot out there. Leaks and specifics on employees cause mayhem and are giving Techland a bad reputation in this current moment. Unfortunately, what occurs now is that whenever there is a news or leaks or anything for Dying Light 2 and the mainstream media gets a hold of it, it turns into a situation where Techland doesn't win no matter what they do. If Techland were to respond to these claims, they get met with, oh, that's not true, you're only saying that because you have to, and then they still get called that it's a dead game that's cancelled in development hell. On the contrary, if Techland doesn't come out and say anything, they are once again met with the same replies and stories about how it's a dead game, cancelled game, or it's never coming out. It's an endless cycle that Techland has unfortunately found themselves stuck in. And no matter how many tweets that they reply to ensuring the success of its development, there are simply way too many factors that are out of their control. Think about it for a second. A video discussing the underlying story of the behind the scenes of game development at a studio and how there is quote unquote development hell would generate more views than another video where the creator is sitting here telling you it's not in development hell. Especially when some of the people making those videos have thousands and thousands and in case millions of viewers available to them. It's like that scene in The Last Jedi towards the end with Luke Skywalker. The First Order arrives, they're basically all the ones generating misinformation, clickbait, and they're just wailing on poor old Dying Light 2. Over and over, it gets shot at, it gets beaten down, while the Dying Light 2 community just sits back and watches from afar because we know we can trust Techland. But then some push out these negative views, YouTubers want more clickbait. It's much easier to trash a game than to idolize it, especially when you haven't played it. And when there's this lack of news and then all of a sudden there's one big thing, people don't know what to think of it, so they might sometimes band together and do whatever they can to ensure that they are heard. Oh, and by the way, this took like 3 hours to edit, and I really don't know if it was worth it for the joke/analogy. Regardless, coming out of Cyberpunk, I think the gaming community is more inclined to dismiss the achievements that Dying Light 2 has made so far in its development. Cyberpunk has really pushed that there's always something negative occurring onto other games, but here's the thing with Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 had a proper delay. They said it will come when it's ready and are actually holding to that value, hence why there's no release date just yet. With the case of Cyberpunk, it was delay after delay after delay, and with this game, it also had the same message of it will come when it's ready. Meanwhile, they are delaying the game every other month. We know that Dying Light 2 is truly looking better and better with each update. There is progress being made for the game, but it's all behind the scenes. They have been consistent in their messaging from the beginning of the year that the game is indeed coming. A game that is deep into development hell is a game like Dead Island 2. This game has had 3 developers so far, with Sumo Digitals as the ones currently making it. It got pretty deep into development that there's even an early alpha footage gameplay from 2015. It ran atrocious, but when the hell is the last thing you heard about Dead Island 2, aside from in 2020 when they said stay tuned? You had nothing for nearly 6 years. We got a trailer, and that's it. They went unheard for so long. Dying Light 2 has a community, and their employees are actively communicating with their fans almost every day. They take suggestions, take questions, they provide tiny updates just to really tell you that things are going smoothly. The Discord has hundreds and hundreds of people all talking to each other, getting to know each other, and building something truly special. You don't see that in a game like Dead Island 2, a game that really suffered from development hell. While yes, there is news of employees leaving, but if you really dive deep into all of those, we have no reason to believe that there's any conflict going on. For Chris Avalon, they moved on pretty quickly and parted ways with him while still being on good terms. The most recent one passed on his duties 3 months prior to leaving. There's always a story, and you should try to not result to just saying that the game's in development hell. But like I've said, Techland is in a position where they can't win no matter what they do, we just have to be patient. To really have all of this stuff pass over, it's gonna happen when we get a release date and when they start hyping up the game. They give us small updates on the game's well-being here and there. While it's not publicized that much, that's what myself and some other creators are trying to do. Anyways, that is all that I have for you guys today. If you did enjoy, consider subscribing and leaving a like as well. I know a majority of people watching videos on YouTube don't like or comment. To be honest, I'm the same sometimes, unless it's a video I truly do enjoy. But even something small such as leaving a like really does help me gauge the success of these videos and how to make better content. But enough self-promotion, I'll let you all go, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Oh, Guzzy wins again! Hooray for Guzzy!